Hello, I am Sila. It's such a true privilege for me to summarize a story titled After 20 Years in the class of literature study, lectured by lecturer Longkan. So let's get started. There was a night around 10 o'clock, a man standing at a dark avenue. Suddenly there was a police officer came to him and asked, "Who are you and what are you doing?" The man answered or responded that he is waiting for a friend who appointed to meet 20 years ago. And then the police said it sounds ridiculous or it sounds really unbelievable. And then the man names Bob. He continued that the friend who is he is waiting for named Jimmy Wells, a truest friend he ever had. The last 20 years, they both grew up in New York together. And when the time that Bob was 20 and Jimmy was 18, they both wanted to explore things and they need to went out. They needed to go out for living. But no, I'm sorry, Jimmy didn't want to go out of New York, but Bob did. So before they broke, they had promised each other that they need to meet each other again after 20 years at the same time and at the same place where the man is standing. While the man was responding to the police officer, the man was taking out the cigar and smoke. The police officer saw that and then he didn't say anything, and then he had no more word to say, and then he asked the man, "What time are you going to wait for him?" The man said probably 30 more minutes. After that 30 more minutes, he's going to leave too. The man didn't say anything and went out. After a few minutes, there was a guy came and called the man as a friend. And then the man surprised that they meet his friend who appointed to meet each other for the last 20 years. They were so excited and they talked fun, and then they both were very, happy to see each other again. Immediately they both walk, and then suddenly they looked at each other. They look at each other. The man see the other man that he shouted that the man is not Jimmy. The man was not Jimmy. And then the man tried to ask, "Who are you?" And then the man accused that even though we didn't meet for 20 years, human cannot change the shape of the nose or something. And then the man said, "All right, Bob, you are under arrested because we recognize that you are the robber from Chicago. You are a wanted person, and it's a system that we need to catch you today, or we need to arrest you today." Immediately, the man handed a letter to Bob, and then after Bob read, Bob knew that the police officer that he first met at that time was Jimmy Wells. And that is his story. Thank you. Enjoy your video.